Good morning all. I hope you're having a great morning with the wonderful videos Dr. Bhatia has shown us today. Very inspiring and I think very good kickstart to our morning today. So like Dr. Bhatia said, the theme for this event today is the future of HR tech, including AI, technology, and I'm going to talk here today about how we can deploy AI in rewards, recognition, and general employee engagement to make employees happier and healthier. Before I start, I'm going to start off with an exclusive product launch today. This is the first time we are launching Agentic AI in rewards and recognition in the Philippines today. As you know, AI has become a very core part of our lives today, with even presentations being made in ChatGPT. So why should HR tech stay behind? So what we've done is we have added a layer of Agentic AI, and I'm going to launch that for the Philippines for the first time today.
Wow.
So ADVA is our Agentic AI bot, which helps you in driving recognition just via chat. Amazing, right? So instead of now going into a platform, writing somebody's name, appreciating them, rewarding them, you can just chat with the bot, say, hey, I want to appreciate somebody, and that happens on its own. The second thing we've launched in Agentic AI is how do you redeem your points. Now say for example, I want to redeem my reward points on Gcash. I don't have to go to a platform, I just tell the chatbot, redeem my points on a specific brand, and that's it. It gets done. So what this essentially does is it removes the usage of, or the necessity of somebody learning a workflow in a specific platform. Makes recognition seamless and completely platform independent. Thank you. So now that we've launched AI, let's talk about AI, and I really want to guess and understand everybody's knowledge in the room. A lot of us speak about AI, but do we all really know what are the different types of AIs? So let's do a fun quiz and see how many of you can guess the answers right. So the first question, can we do this? Ready? Are you guys ready to do the quiz? Is anyone interested? We'll give goodies if you say yes. Okay, so the first question is, if a platform reminds managers about employees' birthdays and work anniversaries, ensuring timely greetings, which technology powers this feature? Is it automation? Is it machine learning data mining? Is it generative AI or is it agentic AI? Agentic. Anyone else? Any other guesses? Gen AI? Okay, so when you are automating things where you don't need an LLM to do things for you, it's actually automation. It is not AI. So you know how we see, nobody got the right answer. So you know how how you've seen automation your whole life, where when it's somebody's birthday or anniversary, instead of manually giving rewards, there is a system which automates the whole piece. That is what automation is. It is not AI. It used to be a precursor to AI, like in the previous world we used to live in. Automation was something we all started with. Next question, and I hope we do better in the next question. If a tool analyzes employee behavioral patterns, and if a tool identifies things like burnout or say a risk of somebody attriting or leaving, so you are actually doing predictive analysis here. You are predicting somebody's behavior. What type of technology is it? Gen AI, data mining. Let's just say everything, we'll win some of us will win at least. The answer is data mining. I think somebody from there said the right answer. Correct. Can you give them the goodies, please? Here as well. Okay. I think there also somebody said.
Oh, said
that was
the gentleman.
Yeah. Okay, next. If a rewards platform allows employees to redeem, this is an easy one, points in 7-Eleven by just saying, redeem my points in 7-Eleven, what type of technology? It's Agentic AI. A lot of people said the right answer. Can you all raise your hands, please? Yeah, I think a bunch of them. We need more goodies. Yeah, please go ahead. People who said the right answer, please raise your hand so that we can get you the goodies.
Yeah, somebody this side also, those whose hands are up, they get the award, they get the prize, my friend. Because the answer. Yeah.
Okay. Next, and I think this time what we're going to do is, we're going to do a show of hands and then give the answer. And the first right 5 people to give the answer will get the prize.
Wow. 5 people?
Yeah. Okay, next. If a recognition platform helps you do assisted writing, say for example you're writing a citation and just like on LinkedIn, right, you're writing a citation and you're saying good job, but it's a horrible citation just to say a good job to everyone. So the recognition platform helps you enhance the citation and creates beautiful messages for you. What type of, okay. This side says Gen AI. Sorry? Gen AI. Everybody's saying. Any other answers than Gen AI? Okay. Well, it seems to be the popular one. The answer is Gen AI. Good job, guys. So I think you've got people here, and people in the back. Yeah. Yeah, people here as well. So, okay, next. If a recognition program allows a manager to reward somebody by saying just reward somebody, this is easy. I literally showed a video of that. So what technology is it? First 5 show of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Agentic AI? Yes. I can't. You have to speak the answer. A? Automation? Okay. Agentic AI? Agentic AI? Agentic? The answer is agentic. So we've got 2 people, 1 person, and 1 person. So, awesome. Last question. Oh, okay, that was it. Sorry. So thank you for playing the quiz. So now that we've kind of sort of understood AI, let me also talk about the evolution of AI and how things have moved. So like we all saw in our quiz as well, long ago with the advent of technology, automation is what started coming in the world, right? Where we started having automated processes without any manual intervention. Post-automation in the 2000s, data mining or reactive AI as a concept came into being, where, say for example, when you're shopping on an e-commerce platform, the e-commerce platform recommends you brands which are most relevant to you, bases your browsing history. That is data mining. Third is machine learning, where you started getting very personalized recommendations, analysis bases what you're looking at, and also data started being analyzed in a much more detailed manner using predictive machine learning mechanisms. In the 2030s, data mining and machine learning kind of got merged together as one single concept and started the advent of conversational AI. Conversational AI is of 2 types, LLM and non-LLM. Non-LLM conversational AI is where you are talking to a bot And the bot has predefined answers set up in the background, and basis the predefined answers, they give you the answer. However, if you ask them a question out of syllabus, they would not know the answer. So that is a non-LLM conversational AI, where you've seen Alexa do that a lot, especially when you're doing cross-app questions. Like, hey Alexa, can you play this movie for me on Netflix? If Alexa is integrated with Netflix, Alexa is going to do it. But if you ask Alexa something which is out of Alexa's syllabus, they may or may not know the answer to that question. 2022 is when LLMs started coming in, ChatGPT started coming in, where irrespective of whatever questions you ask them, whether or not it is in their data bank, they will figure out an answer and answer you. Not only that, basis your answers, if you keep your ChatGPT window open, they will keep enhancing and personalizing the answers for you even more. That is conversational LLM, which is very, very prominent today and has become like a status quo for all of us. But what is the future of AI now, the world we're living in, is agentic. Agentic is where you not only get answers from an AI, the AI does the job for you, like an agent, like a friend, like somebody who will get the things done for you. And that is the future of technology in every domain, including HR tech. Like I showed you in the video, when you just ask the agent to do something for you, they will do it. That is the world we're living in, and that is going to be the future of HR tech across various domains, whether it's talent management, hiring, whether it is interviews, whether it is performance management, learning development. Everywhere you're going to start seeing agentic AI as the future. Now, how do you implement all of these in your recognition programs? So to drive recognition programs, specifically riding on rule-based automation, there are a few things you can do. Like I gave an example in my quiz about birthdays, anniversaries. Automation helps you do automated, consistent recognition without the need of any manual dependency. Gone are the days when people would manually create an Excel sheet and then somebody's job to wish people on their anniversaries or loyalty awards. All of those used to be manual. It needs to be automated. And automation can help you do that. Reactive AI, to implement that in your recognition programs, you can enable reactive AI and use data mining to identify amazing insights about users. Imagine I could define maybe a red zone, and I could say that people who have not been recognized enough automatically fall into the red zone thanks to data mining, which reminds us that these folks might actually be at the risk of attriting because they are under-recognized. Data mining can help you do that. To drive machine learning in your recognition programs, you can utilize the power of recommendations. So you could give tailored recommendations for people to where to use their rewards. After creating a world where employees should have flexibility and they should have options to use their rewards on whatever they want, we today live in a world of too many options. There are like thousands of options we could choose from, and as an individual user, I feel overwhelmed with all of these options. And that is where machine learning can help you give tailored, personalized recommendations to you basis your maybe past history, maybe your usage, or whatever you've done in the past. It gives you recommendations using machine learning. Conversational AI, to drive that in your recognition programs, like I said, you could utilize predefined chatbots who can actually give you answers based on certain requirements. Say I have a simple question: how do I navigate my recognition policy? What is my nomination workflow? How do I nominate? Or how many approvals would I need before this goes through? All of that can be done through a chat-based, conversational, non-LLM mechanism, implementing better usage and better information towards your managers and your employees. And of course, for LLMs, like I said, you could utilize LLMs to drive conversational AIs. You could also utilize something like assisted writing, citations, Instead of saying just a good job, you can have the LLM create beautiful, heartfelt messages, especially when you're awarding, say, 100 people, 1,000 people. You don't need to write 100 messages. Conversational LLM can create automated hundreds of messages for you where the employees still feel it's personalized to them, but actually you're using the help of an LLM. Lastly, to drive Agentic AI in your recognition programs, like I showed you in the video, you can utilize that to enable a bot to actually drive actions for you, like recognizing or redemption, without the need to actually go in a platform. You just write a message and it's done for you. Now, this was how we could define AI in different types of recognition programs. But employee engagement goes beyond that. Employee engagement has a lot of aspects you need to look at to actually drive engagement and different types of recognition and retention mechanisms. So how do you actually utilize technology to drive recognition better? We have something called as the HEART framework. The HEART framework is where you have 5 aspects to drive to actually bring better recognition. It's health, engage, acknowledge, recognize, and thrive. The first is health, where you can drive better retention and better engagement by creating different wellness programs. And post-COVID, all of us know wellness has become so important in all our lives. So by driving wellness programs, fitness trackers, engagement is where you can drive moments that matter and flexible benefits. Acknowledgement is where you can acknowledge people for their performance by giving them the right incentives. Recognition, of course, we just spoke about culture-based awards, not just performance-based awards, and clubs and communities where you could drive better connections between people and drive better belongingness. So from a health aspect, what you can do to drive better engagement is by, 1, creating a culture of healthy habit formation. We all run our step challenges, walkathons, or something like, say, drink 10 glasses of water a day, eat 5 fruits a day, and that's what our program AdvantageCare does. It enables organizations to drive better healthy habit forming aspects. You could also implement AI here to create a better nudging setup or a mechanism where you get reminded to, say, drink water, or you get reminded to complete your steps. That is where you could use technology to drive higher adoption and usage. The second is, sorry, this clicker is, yeah. So second is engage. Engage is where you could drive flexi benefits, where you could enable employees to pick and choose the benefit of their choice, and you can add AI on top of it to customize the options for them. You can also engage using moments that matter. Now, moments that matter is something which we all run in our companies, including things like birthdays, anniversaries, loyalty awards, or somebody's having, say somebody has birth of a child, or somebody's gotten a promotion, or somebody's gotten married. All of those moments in employee lives are the moments that matter. And that is where you can drive higher engagement by creating recognition programs for employees for those moments. For acknowledgement, there are 2 types of rewarding structures. The first is culture-based rewards, which most of you run. The second is performance-based rewards, which is where acknowledge comes into play. Performance-based rewards is where you can link the ROI of your organization with recognition. Now, say for example, you have a high, say you're a BPO and you have a high employee strength who are agents. You could run performance-based rewards, for things like completion of tickets on time. You could also run performance-based rewards for sales teams. You could run it for every team basis their ROI completion. You link those rewards with their targets and their KPIs. Not only are you running a recognition program, at the same time you are actually enhancing the ROI of the company. You're maybe increasing the top line of the organization, and everyone is going to support you to run those. But performance-based rewards are not enough. It is also important to run culture-based rewards, where you link the recognition with your cultural values, with your core values of the organization. Why are we running what we are running? How do we incentivize people to start following the same culture as what you actually run in your companies? That is where culture-based rewards come in, where you don't get rewarded because you've completed your numbers, you get rewarded because you are more aligned with the company's culture. And that's where your spot awards or quarterly awards or manager-led culture rewards come into play. Then we have clubs and communities, which is Thrive. Communities help you build belongingness in your organizations. Communities is where you can create groups of like-minded people. You could have fun, hobby-related clubs. You could also have communities which are more diversity-enabled, like, say, Pride Club or Network of Women or something like Ability for the Disabled. So all of those support groups can also come under your community structure, helping like-minded people connect with one another. When you make like-minded people connect with one another, they start feeling they're part of a bigger purpose, they're part of a family. When I actually come to work, I'm not coming to work just for work, I'm actually meeting a bunch of my people or interacting a bunch of people who are similar thought process as me. So just to give you an example, like when me and my co-founder Saurabh were working in Microsoft, they had a lot of communities in the US. Like I was personally part of the horse riding community. I did a lot of fun activities and organized it for them. My co-founder was part of a poker community in the US, which was purely Microsoft folks. When we decided to leave Microsoft, the biggest pain point for him was not that he's leaving the company. The biggest pain point for him is that he no longer has access to that group he used to play cards with every day. So it just creates another sense of belongingness when you drive communities to kind of enable retention in your organizations. So the impact of a recognition program, primarily, if you're running it right, is going to be crazy. You're going to have 4 times more engaged employees. You're going to have a 55% higher retention rate. And this is something we've seen in our data as well. In our data, when you create cohorts of people who have been recognized versus cohorts of people who have not been recognized, the attrition difference between both groups, especially for monetary and both non-monetary recognition, is up to 78%. Which means people who are not recognized in their companies are 78% as highly in terms of chances to attrite than people who are recognized. To drive an effective recognition program, it is important to have these North Star metrics. You need to have a minimum of 95% budget utilization. You need to target a 90% redemption, which means if people have been given rewards, at least 90% of those rewards should be actually used by people. 55% should be the cohort analysis, at least in terms of retention if you're running your recognition programs, and at least 70% of your employees should have activated those programs, or they should be engaged on that platform. So I'm going to just wrap up today by giving a nice quote by Dale Carnegie that people actually work for the money, but they go the extra mile for recognition, praise, and rewards. So while of course money is important, everybody cares about salary, but we're living in a world where almost every company pays almost the same. We're no longer in a world where there is a company paying 3x of, say, what other companies are paying. So the real motivator for people to stick around, or the motivator, in fact, for people to switch their companies, is because they feel they're not recognized enough, they're not given credit for the work which they have done. And I think that is the major differentiator between organizations where people stick around versus people who have high attrition rates itself. So something to think about. Thank you so much. My name is Smiti, and thank you for listening to me. And I know we're on a schedule, so I'm gonna not take any questions because we have to get to the next panel. And I know the panelists are waiting, but post the panel if you have any questions, anything you want to discuss. I will be right here at our booth, happy to discuss it with you at that point. Thank you so much.